Good morning. So yesterday I went and picked up a hammer for my excavator, but initially I thought everything was going to be fine. I put on the quick connect, or not the quick connect, but I put on the took off my bucket, put on the hammer, and I have a tag bucket system, so everything hooked up just fine. Went to hook up my hydraulic lines, and that's when I realized that my hydraulic fittings were different. So I had to stop, go get some new fittings. I needed to get 1/2 inch instead of 3/4 inch line fittings or whatever. So anyways, I replaced those. But by the time I picked up my kids and all that, it was like 5 o'clock almost before I could do anything. So I just tested it out in a couple spots. Yeah, those rocks gonna break up, and it's chipping. It's pretty hard here, but hopefully as I start working my way into it, it'll chip out a little bit better. So I do need to get fuel, but I forgot my cans last night, so I don't even know how much fuel I have. I have around a 1/2 tank. So I guess I'll do some braking. It's windy out, but it's not very cold. I'm gonna put on some headphones to try to, it's loud when you break rock, it's very loud. So I'm gonna put on my headphones, start doing a little bit of braking, and time is it? It's almost just after 8 o'clock. I'll have to go get some fuel in a little bit. been a long time since I've busted a bunch of rock. It's been, I mean, over 10 years since I did it consistently. Sometimes you gotta bust small, sometimes you can bust it big. As I'm chipping my way into this mound here that I gotta get down, I'm gonna have to bust it small, I can already tell. The first few layers aren't bad. I mean, it's hard limestone, but it's breaking. It's that dark gray, so I believe that means it's pretty hard versus like that really white limestone. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep working my way kind of in this corner and then over here, and then as I go, once I get too much rock, I'm gonna have to put my bucket back on and do something with this rock. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with it yet, so I might just have to push it down this little daylight area that I had, this opening, push it down the hill and stack it up. And yeah, it's gonna be a long process, a lot of work, but I mean, it's what we gotta do. So just keep an eye on my hydraulics, make sure my hydraulics are fine. I don't know, I haven't ran my auxiliary a bunch. Still got plenty of hydraulic oil. I gotta get fuel. I'm at a quarter tank. I might do it a little bit more and then go get some fuel. I got a camera for the deer, and I have it just down the way, not very far away from me, and there's been a buck there the whole morning. It doesn't seem to care at all that I'm breaking rock. So I'm gonna get back to work. If anything cool happens, or once I change a bucket over or whatever, I'll turn the camera back on and kind of go from there. Been breaking almost an hour, and I'm getting a lot of progress done. What's going to take me a while is once I get rid of all this rock, I got to reshoot the grade to make sure that I see how much more I got to go. But I only have a builder's level right now. I don't have like a laser level. So I'm going to have to set up the grade rod. I'll have to set up the grade rod and then go shoot it with the transit level, mark it, and then figure out how much I gotta go. Instead of using a laser level where I can do it all at once. Transit level or a builder's level is way better, I think, when you have two people. You just do it so fast, but with one person, it's pretty difficult. Spot that I've gotten so far. Break that small. That was only probably 6 inches from the edge. This is right on the edge. So this one I got going for now. It's going pretty well. I am losing stuff off of the excavator. I just lost this. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. One of the brackets, or this bracket that goes up there that helps hold those hydraulic lines on, it fell off. So I'm gonna put that back on. I'm gonna go get some fuel. We'll bust rock a little bit longer, and then after that, I'm gonna switch my bucket and put the bucket back on there and start moving some of this rock out of the way and kind of just go from there. So yeah, everything's going well. This rock is hard for sure, but it's going well. This is about an hour's worth of work. So I gotta grease the hammer again, and then I'm gonna check all the bolts and everything on all my pins and all my brackets, just to make sure everything's tight, since I saw this fall off. And all this is doing is just shaking the life out of everything. So yeah, I don't know, it seems to be going well though. So like I said, I'm gonna get some fuel and get back to work. So I got fuel. Got grease for the, I'll just do the grease real fast. Grease for the hammer. And then I got some extra bolts and stuff. That's probably all right. So I ended up just tapping it with the hammer and it shut off. So hopefully it'll be easy to get back on. I have a feeling it won't be. So obviously the bucket wasn't hard to get on. Hopefully it'll be easy to get the breaker back on. The fluid's hot right now, so it's really pressurized. So hopefully as that hammer cools down, the hydraulic oil will take up less space. It'll be easier to get on. All right, let's see what we can do. Definitely nice to be doing something other than just braking. I don't think he's cheating. I got the rock moved out to up there. I'm going to now get my breaker back on and try to estimate. So grade marker, a couple grade points throughout here. This is still a little high, I think, but that's all right. So yeah, like I said, I think I got about a foot. Got a foot here, probably 2 feet here, and then I'll have to shoot this side to double check. This is still a little high, this is a little high, and then over here it's low. So let's get this switched out real fast. Hopefully I can get this on. Gosh. Jesus. Yeah, I'll probably gonna get a, I don't know. Thinking about getting a crescent wrench. Get some of that pressure off. This one's stuck open. Well, it's 5. Sun's about to go down. It says like 5:11 or something, but I gotta take my kids to wrestling practice. But I got quite a bit done. I don't know if we can actually tell, but earlier I had dug out the basement to where it was, you know, free flowing out of here, and then so on this side it's a couple feet high, and on the opposite side it's like 4 or 5 feet high, and this is all the rock that I've broken up today. And got a ramp going in and out of it right now, but I still got to pull my grade mark, or not pull, but need to shoot grade again and then measure how high I am in certain places. I am definitely still high in some places. It may be low. I might be low here. But whatever the case is, it's going really well. Probably got another day's worth of work getting the basement all the way, and then I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do for the footings. I'll have to go deeper, I think, on this side for the footings. But anyways, that'll be a tomorrow issue. The rock is busting fairly large in some places, and other times it's breaking real small. But yeah, I mean, really it's pretty good. And I have a bunch of rock that I can use for fill on something, either the garage up here, or I'll put it for fill around the back side of the house so that it'll drain well, or whatever. I don't know, but that's gonna be it for today's video. I'm gonna get out of here, go eat some food, and then get the kids to wrestling practice. See you guys later.